Leon Bailey set to rejoin the national team. So apparently, it seems like all things would have been squashed and put aside. Is that so? Is that really the case? Now, based off what I'm seeing this morning, Leon Bailey only will return to the national team if conditions are applied. What are the conditions? That is what we're going to get into. Anyways, big up on yourself. People, smash the like button, hit subscribe button. Thank you very much again for being here. Really, really appreciate it, you guys. So I saw this article in the Observer this morning by Daniel Blake. Quite an interesting article. Very, very interesting article. And we're going to get through it. And apparently, it seems that there's some work in behind the scenes trying to resolve the conflict between the Leon Bailey and the JFF, just to resolve things, to get things back on the right path. But apparently, yes, they want to get things on the right path, but certainly before Leon Bailey get back into the national teams, these conditions must be met. What are the conditions? Who set these conditions? And how does these conditions benefit Jamaican football? Big up on yourself, people, all the time, every time. So as I said, smash the like button if you're here for the first time. Let's get straight into the meat of the matter. So let's get into the article, people. So Craig Butler outlines criteria for Leon Bailey's return to the national squad. So obviously, these criteria, these conditions are set by the manager, Craig Butler. Let's let's understand what are these criteria. Despite Leon Bailey's suspension from the Reggae Boyz and his subsequent controversial comments last month, the JFF president Mike Ricketts and Bailey's adoptive father and agent Craig Butler have expressed a willingness to settle their dispute ahead of a crucial summer for the national team. However, Butler says there are conditions for his players' return. The 26-year-old form has caught worldwide attention this season with his impressive 14 goals and 13 assists in all competition for Aston Villa, who are on course to finish in the top 4 of the EPL and are in the last 4 of the UEFA Conference League. However, his performance didn't safeguard him from omission from the national team, as head coach Emil Grimson suspended him from the CONCACAF Nations League squad in Texas in March, after he broke the team camp's curfew during the international window in November. However, a day before the Reggae Boyz semi-final, these are all things that we already know, but you know, we're going to go through the same way. However, a day before the Reggae Boyz semi-finals clash with the eventual champions USA, Bailey, in an interview with the Jamaica content creator Jay Fries, was heavily critical of the JFF regarding travel accommodations and equipment issues, while also saying he had intended to step away from national duties prior to suspension. All right, fine. My assumption is that these are the criteria which would be needed to be sorted out, which is the things that he listed out in the interview, which is traveling, accommodation, and equipment issue. So I hope. So let's read further. Let's read further. I hope that these are the criteria which are needed for him to come back in the squad. However, let's continue. Al Grimson did say to me that he wasn't going to invite me to the next camp, but way before this happened, I always had it in my head that it's too much on my plate when I come to the national team, and I was always going to take a break from it, and the suspension just tipped off everything. I felt this way harsh, and it was said to me behind in the national team right now. It really drains my energy a lot, Bailey said in the interview. Jamaica national team is not doing anything for me. Jamaica national team is not going to give me exposure. Playing for Jamaica is not going to make Real Madrid call me. I'm shining light on the national team by playing overseas. I represent Jamaica as a Jamaican all the time. Yeah, I like them sentiments still. Anyways, let's get to it. Ricketts told the Jamaica Observer that he still regards Bailey highly, but says talk of a return have not materialized. To be honest, we haven't spoken, but hopefully somehow we'll make this connection and see how we can amicably settle whatever issue Leon may have. Ricketts said, Leon and I have a pretty decent relationship, and I have have a lot of love and respect for him. And I really want to wish him well. the utterance that he made, we really just want to get past those and rekindle the kind of love and affection that exists prior to these comments. Butler, who is also the Chief Executive Officer of Phoenix All-Star Academy, Football Academy, says that while Bailey isn't against a return, several matters need to be addressed urgently. Remember, we already stated that we're hopeful that it's the traveling, equipment, and accommodations is the problem. Let's hear what he has to say. We're Jamaicans first. Always remember that, Butler told the Observer. The fact that we don't accept unprofessionalism or being treated in a negative way doesn't make us any less Jamaican or make us love our country any less. Sometimes in order for people to change, they have to realize and be told the truth, and sometimes the truth hurts. And Leon told the truth. We always want to have resolutions, but we also want it to be permanent. We don't want it to be a resolution today. Leon joins back the squad and then the same thing happens again. So we're on the same topic here where it's about traveling, accommodations and equipment, because those were what's what highlighted. So I assume say these are what Craig Butler is also relating to, so that these issues must be resolved. Let's continue. And I have no problem resolving it, but it needs to be resolved permanently, not just a band-aid to put over the cut. Fine. Butler says a key condition to Bailey's return is the fair inclusion of players associated with his academy into the national program. Interesting. So initially I thought it was about accommodations, Bailey's accommodations, Bailey's the equipment issue, and Bailey's traveling issue. So apparently Bailey's return to the national team it not necessarily have anything to do with the issues that was highlighted. The key condition is the Phoenix players being involved in the national program. That is a key condition. Very, very interesting here. Craig Butler continued. It has to stop, he said. It has reached a point where Phoenix players are not being it has reached a point where Phoenix players are not being ostracized just because they're from, or should be ostracized. Anyways, because they're from Phoenix. Or if players come to Phoenix, they won't make the national team. The players are in a position where you cannot deny them and start to get a position where you support the players. No, I'm finding problems here. So you're saying that Bailey will not return unless there's inclusion of more Phoenix players in the national program. Is that what you're saying? Because that's what I'm reading, what you're saying here. But I want to know if that is actually what you're saying. Listen, I have no problem with Phoenix players being in the national team. None at all. But when the U18 team and about 3 players from Phoenix got invited to the U18 team national camp, Phoenix CEO, Chief Executive Officer, Craig Butler denied the invitations. So you're here denying, remember you denied Dylan John invitation. He denied Dylan John invitation. He denied Jamani Bell invitation. And that is one of the reasons why both players are not with him as well, because the parents of those players cut ties with Phoenix, because you cannot deny, the parents do not want you to deny their kids' opportunity to play for the national team. So how is it that you're speaking now about fair inclusion of Phoenix players when you're out here denying so much invitation? That I don't really understand. And now you're holding national team at ransom unless there's more Phoenix players in national team. That makes no sense. That's contradicting everything of what you're saying here. You denied the opportunity for Theo to play for the U18. You denied the opportunity for Carlton Brown to play in the U18. They got the invitation. You're the one who denied it. So why is it that you want now to hold the team at ransom for not including the Phoenix players, but no, when they do get the invite, you're denying the players the opportunity? I really don't understand. It's mind-boggling to me. I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, let me continue. And what does Phoenix players have to do with the senior team? Because the senior team the senior team is bailing. What does the youth players have to do with the senior team? What does that have to do with the senior? We're speaking about the Reggae Boyz senior team now. Me not understand. What's the correlation here? All right. If a resolution emerges before the next squad is selected at the end of May, Ricketts is open Bailey will carry out his club form after underperforming Reggae Boyz in the past. He said to me one day after the Canada game, "President, every time I go on the field, I want to represent my country well." He probably felt that he wasn't doing as well as he ought to been doing. And he expressed his dissatisfaction with me, Ricketts said. I said to him that you will lose your form, but you will never lose your class. Leon just went through a bad patch, but I think he's doing well now. We just want sooner or later to transfer some of this form to the national setup. Jamaica will begin its qualification campaign for 2026 World Cup against the Dominican Republic and Dominica on June 6 and 9 respectively. 2 weeks later, they will turn their attention to the group stage of the CONMEBOL Copa America in the USA, where they will face Ecuador, Mexico, Venezuela, with the top 2 guaranteed to advance. Whew. That is a lot. That is definitely a lot. That is definitely a lot. All right. And you know what? I want you guys to form your own opinion and your own take on it. And I'm going to put the facts out there. The facts are, numerous times, Phoenix Academy players got invited to the national team, and Craig Butler would have denied it on multiple occasions. That's the reason why Belly's not there, Jamani Belly's not there, and most recently, Dylan John. Remember that he's the one who said that there's no Phoenix player in the U18 team, and Dylan John is there. And for those who don't know, Dylan John is also not a part of Phoenix, because Dylan John's parents decided to say, no, I want my son to partake in the national setup. And you know what? They said, no, pull Dylan John from the Phoenix Academy. Now, my issue here is, why is it that when you do get the invitations, you decline them? And then now, in turn, say that there's no inclusion of Phoenix players. Also, my question also is, why is it that you're now holding the national team at ransom because you believe that more Phoenix players should be in the national setup right throughout the senior team, the youth teams? So that's one of the reasons why you're owning Phoenix. This reminds me now of back when Liam Bailey was invited to the national camp, and he said that there will be no Bailey if Kyle Butler is not there. That's the flashback that I'm getting. Anyways, you know what, people? Form your own opinion. I won't tell you what to think. I'm just putting out there all the information, all the evidence, everything that you need to know. And if he said that he didn't get an invitation, we will confirm that. We'll confirm that on our next video live. If he said he didn't get the invitation, we will confirm that on the next video live. So people, big up on yourself, form your own opinion on that, people, and I'll see you guys again. Until next time. Seems like the team is being held at ransom here, in my view. Anyways, no problem for him looking out for. I have no issue with him looking out for his academy, none whatsoever. But don't hold the national team at ransom, in my view. Look out for the best interest of your players. I say go. If that's the case, move on without Bailey. Simple as that. If we're going to be held at ransom, we're not in a blackmail. Anyways, form your own opinion, people. Big up on yourself, smash the like button, hit subscribe button, and I'll see you guys again. Until next time, MG Sports TV. Have a good day. God bless. We're out. Boom.